all you need to do is click this link right here. It says what's new in FTC-U, and it will bring up a page where you'll be able to see what the new features are. And we'll go through these today. And you'll also have the ability to download the latest version from right here, or you can download the PDF file, and that's a PDF version of what you see here. Now I will tell you though, with the PDF you do not get the video. So what I did is I made sure I shot a video that highlights these features that are found in this update, and we're definitely going to go through those today. But it's very exciting. This is our biggest update we've ever done. We have put a lot of time and energy into some of these new features. Some of these features have taken us about a year to fully produce. So this is a very exciting update, and it's going to allow you to do some pretty amazing things. So let's jump in and let's take a look at these. First, I want to show you where the icons are located. The two main icons that we'll be focusing on today are You Design It and WordPlay. First, we're going to talk a little bit about You Design It. You Design It is a revolutionary way of working with design sets. We have been working hard on this feature. What it does is allows you to be the designer of the design collections that you have, and it's pretty amazing. I'm going to go ahead and open it by clicking this icon. You will find that we did provide a design collection to you at no charge, and it's the Monsters collection. So when you open up You Design It, you will see these monsters located in the left-hand side under the body. And how these work, what's really neat about them is that you can kind of create whatever you want utilizing these designs. So I'm going to just select the first one here. When you click on a body, it's going to bring it up in this preview window. And you're going to notice that there's going to be these orange dots. We call these magnets. And what these magnets are there for is to attach different objects to it. So this is how they become interactive. And so you can see that I have a number of magnets here to choose from. Over here are my elements. These are the elements that attach to the magnets. You'll notice that right under the top here it says All Elements. If I click on that drop down arrow, I can select the head, left, right, which would be left or right, the arm left or right, or the leg left and right. So if I wanted to focus on just things that have to do with the head, I can. I'm just going to scroll down because it says All Elements. You'll see all the different options that are available for this monster right here. So I'm going to go ahead though, and I'm going to click the head left. So when I click the head left, I know that what's going to happen is whenever I select something, it's going to attach it to this magnet right here. So in the example, I had utilized this one right here. So you'll see as I click it, it brings it up on the screen. Now if I come up here and go to head right, I can find the equivalent one. Let me go to the arms, the left arm. I have these three different options. I want to go ahead and choose this one. And let's go to arm right and choose this one. And let's go down to the legs. So I can scroll through and I can find the legs that I want to apply here. And you can select different ones. So it doesn't have to be the one that matches it perfectly. And I'll show you that in a little bit here. But there's a left leg that just decided to choose. And let's do the right leg that looks like it. So you'll notice that just with a couple clicks of the button, I can decorate this monster however I want to do that, and utilizing whatever elements that I choose. I can click here and hide the magnet, so you can just see the entire monster without those circle magnets, and you can view it in 3D view from right in here. And you do also have the ability to change your background color. So if you know that you're going to put it on, let's say, a green shirt, you could put a green in the background. Or if you had a fabric that you wanted to use, you could actually bring up a fabric as well. So you have different options. By default, I believe it's gray, but you can change that if you would like. And the other really neat thing is, let's say that I have these elements here. I do have the ability just to click on another body, and what it's going to do is it's going to keep all those elements that I chose for left and right, for arms and the head, and just put them right on it. So I can switch back and forth between different bodies, and whatever I chose over here stays on there. And you can change that though, so you have the ability to change that as well. But this is just a really neat feature, and this collection right here of, I can hit reset, this collection of monsters does come preloaded on your computer when you update the software, so you get these designs just with the update. And like I said, you can come in and you can basically create this monster however you would like to. And you have a lot of different options. You can see as I just flip through here, just going to click a few different options here just to kind of show you what you have available to you. And there's also a couple really neat features in here that I definitely want to highlight. So let me go ahead and let's bring this this one back up here. I'm going to kind of get it set up how I had it before. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to use different legs though. So one of the things that we really focused on with this build was the ability to kind of manipulate these from inside of this window. So let's say that you were looking at these horns here and you wanted to change them a little bit. If you select it and then you right mouse click on it, you'll notice that you have a number of options available. You can rotate it, you can nudge it, you can change the sequence in which it will sew out. So let me go ahead and show you a few of the things first, like rotate. So with the rotate, this is really neat how this works. It's very interactive. When I click rotate, you're going to see this circle and then a little green dot off to the side. All I have to do is put my mouse over this green dot and then just start rotating it however I want. So let's say I wanted it in that shape. And then I can come over to this one and I can right click and do rotate, and I can make it kind of similar. Now let's say that I wanted to nudge it down a little bit because it's a little bit high. I can do that. I can click on nudge, and now I get this box with 4 arrows allowing me to go left, right, up or down. So I can move this kind of into place, and then we come over to this one, and then we right click and go to nudge, and let me nudge this one down a little bit. So you can see that really quick and simple I can do that. But let's say that I still wanted to do a little bit more. Let's say that it's right now it's on top of it. I can come in here, right click, and go to first, and this is going to change the order in which it sews so that it will actually sew before the body. So you have a lot of different options that you can play with to get it just how you want it. And it's kind of fun to work with these arms, because with the rotate you can really make them go in different directions, different orders. It's just a lot of fun to play with the You Design It feature. And the neatest thing is that when you have it how you want it, all you have to do is press OK, and it loads it right into your software, which now you can do even more to it if you want. You could add lettering around it. You could change the colors of the different objects. Pretty much whatever you want to do now, you have the ability. But what's neat about You Design It is that it's really simple to take these design sets and make them your own. There's unlimited possibilities on what you can do with them. So we're excited to see what all you guys will do with the monsters in these collections. And I do want to show you the different things that are going to be available at your dealers. There are a number of collections that we've been working on. Like I said, the monsters we are providing at no charge, and we do have other collections that are available to purchase from your dealer. And I wanted to show you what those are because they're a lot of fun. So, and coming up with this concept and what we could do to make interactive designs and make designs like work and function in a way that they've never been able to be done before. You know, we were thinking of what are the different types of things we could do. And so we have this clothesline collection, and it's really neat. Basically, it has these magnets on different lines. As I click through here, you'll see the different options that are available for the clothesline collection, and you'll notice all these magnets are different text and different objects that can fit on it, and I'll show you some of those as well, but just going to show you a few of these options for the clothesline collection. So let me come back up here, and I'm going to click on this right here, and you'll notice I have text 1, 2, 3, and 4 because there's 4 different areas where I can actually include text. And I will load these into FTC-U, and I will actually change what it says here. But you'll notice that I have a lot of different options of different pieces of clothing that can be attached to these magnets and hanging from the line here. So these are all item 1s, and you'll notice that there's item 1 and 2 because I could actually have it in different locations as well. So it's really neat. I do want to show you a really cool feature with it too. As you're playing with it, if you just want to get some inspiration from the software, we have this little button right here called play. It's a randomizer. So if I hit play, what it's going to do is it's going to scroll through the different clothesline options, and it's going to throw some different clothes and stuff on there. So it's just going to randomly pick objects to throw in there. So if you see one that you like, let's say that you like that one, but you just went past it, I can hit stop there, and I can go back, and I can get to it, and then I can use that one just by pressing OK and bring it into the software. So this randomizer is a pretty cool little feature that lets you just push play and sit back and watch what it comes up with. And like I said, if there's something that you like, you might hit stop. You have it up on the screen, and you would just press OK if it's how you like it, and it will bring it right into the software. So that's just a neat little feature inside of there. I wanted to make sure I showed you. But I'm going to come back to the You Design It, and I want to show you some of the other collections that we've come up with. These were a lot of fun to come up with and get ideas for. The Funky Flowers is another one, and we had a sample done up. I wish I had a picture of it right now of a jacket that was done up utilizing all these funky flowers. But you'll notice that there's a bunch of different stem options that you have for the flowers, and then you'll notice all the different flower tops to the flowers that you have. There's just a long list of flowers here, so you can just select one and it automatically puts it into place. So you can see that I can change the stem around if I'd like, and I can come in and I can change the different flower tops and just choose whatever one I want. And then I do have the ability, this is one of my favorites right here, then I do have the ability to come in and I can do a leaf on the left or right hand side, or I can just keep scrolling down until I get to the leaves, and I can choose different leaf options, find the one that I like, and let's say I wanted to do those two. I could do that, and it's ready to go. And you can always come back in and choose a different stem as well. That's what's so neat about this new feature, is that you have so many different possibilities and different looks for the same flower that you can create. So no two flowers are going to be the same. And that's what's really neat about it, is it's not like a normal design set where you're just kind of stuck with one option for a design. This way you can have so many different variations of the designs, and they'll never get boring that way. So that's our funky flowers. I really like this collection. We also have some kids pockets that we've been working on here. So these are different pockets where you have the ability to put a design that would be behind it. So you could do this onto a kid shirt. I love this school bus one right here. That's one of my favorites. And you have a little Nintendo type thing. So you have different pocket options here and different variations that you can choose for what goes underneath the pocket. So that's our kids pockets. You have monsters. We also have a pocket full of notions. This one is a lot of fun as well, where you have different notions that you can choose in the background of your pockets, and you do have your different pocket styles as well. So that's another fun one with pockets. And one of my favorites is our new robots collection. This one, you can do a lot of different things. These are all the different bodies of a robot. This is one of my favorites right here, this body. And then once you select the body, you have the different arms. And you can see there's a lot of different arms. And you have different bottoms that you can put on. So let's go ahead and let me see. There's actually a really fun one too here, but we'll start with this one. So you can just choose different arms that you want. You can mix it up if you would like, but there's different options here. I'm going to go ahead and select this one. I kind of like this one with it. And let's come up here and let's do the heads. So here's all the different robot heads that you have available. So you can see that there's some really neat robot heads here that you can apply to this collection. And really the fun thing is we had one of our educators who had been playing with this program, and they had their grandchild over, and they just put their grandchild on the computer and let them build their own robots to put onto a piece of clothing. And she said that her grandchild just had so much fun putting together and making their own. And the thing that she said that was really neat is they didn't want it to look uniform, so they would actually choose different arms on different sides or different legs, and they had a lot of fun just choosing different things, and they didn't necessarily make it uniform or the same arms and legs. So said that they had a lot of fun doing that. So here is, let me get one of the heads again so I can kind of show you a finished one here. But let me get that head back. And the really neat thing is all the different options for the bottom. So you have all these different available bottoms to the robot, and so you can just see there's so many different variations. I like this one right here, and you can just kind of click around and click the different options here and see what it would look like with a different body. It's just a lot of fun. The robots, there's a lot of elements that are available for it, so you're kind of limitless on what you can do with these robots. The next thing we have in here is we have a snowman collection, and this is an applique collection. Let me go ahead and reset all this. So snowmen, these are different applique shapes. It's kind of hard to see. Let me go in 3D view here. So you can see that it starts off as applique, and what you're going to do is be able to add the different elements to it. So let's just grab one of these right here. And you have your different arms that are available. And those are all the left arms. And then you do have right arms as well. We even have it where it's throwing a snowball or a baseball holding a cane. Lots of different options here. And you also have the bottoms, like the buttons. You have buttons on top and you have buttons on bottom. So you have a lot of, those are the button top elements. These are the bottom available bottoms for it. So you can see there's just a lot of different options. And then you have the heads. So then you have the different styles of the head that you can put on these snowmen. It's just so much fun. And like you can see here, there's just so many different options. Here's the next one. We have split kids. This is a fun collection because it allows you to bring in a design and add text to it. So I'll just kind of scroll through these a little bit. just to show you kind of some of the options that are available here. This one's a lot of fun. We even have a little robot in this one that's cut in half. So this is one that I have a sample done up of, and you'll see that there is top text, there's bottom text. You even have different frame options. So you can have different frames in there. And that's just a lot of different things you can do. And so we can even do the frame text. So once you have this ready, you just bring it in the software and you can change these words to whatever you want. Just a lot of fun. You can see that there's a lot of different options here. So the sweet blossoms I was showing you, we even have vases in here. And when you select a vase, there's different tops that are available for the vases, which is really neat. So there's just a lot of different options that you have here with the sweet blossoms. Next, we have the train collection. This is another one that we're really excited about. This is these are applique trains, and I'll just show you. There's just so many things you can do with this one. So when you bring in like the engine, you have the ability to add text. You have the ability to choose what kind of a smokestack you want, and then you also have your wheels, different wheel options. And so it's, you just have a few different options here, and you even have the options for the person, what's inside the window. And that's one of them. And now I want to come in and choose a different one here. This one has 2 windows in it, so you'll see that it actually has different options, that are available for it. So I can switch out the different pieces, and it's just a lot of fun to work with these. So even these are even larger windows. These are kind of fun right here. They have a lot of different things that are inside of the train here. So you can see all the different options here. It's just a lot of fun. This is a great collection. We have a blanket that was done utilizing these trains, and it's just so neat. Here's another one. There's a different option where it's kind of more of a flatbed. So these are different objects that fit on top of the train or the cargo. So it's just really neat. Lots of different options. That is the train collection. And we also have these jars. These jars are really neat as well. They're applique jars that you have the ability to add accents to, and you have different accents that you can apply to these, and then you also have your labels. So with these labels, you can bring it in, then you can add text like a monogram or something like that to it. But it is an applique design, so you would have your own fabric. So if you can imagine, if you're doing grape jelly, for instance, you could find some fabric that is like grapes in it and use that as your applique. So that's You Design It. It's a lot of fun. We are very excited about that feature. But as wonderful as You Design It is, our next feature is just as impressive and just as fun, and that's our wordplay feature. This is something that we've been working on for a while, and everyone may be familiar with what we call subway art, and that's where you take a shape and you fill it with words. And that's what our wordplay is. And when you launch this program, this wordplay feature, a window will pop up. And on the left-hand side, we'll just go through that first. You have different shapes that you have available to you. So you can see as I scroll down through these, there's a lot of different shapes that are available for you to use. And let's just come in here. You can see I actually added a few of these toward the end just a couple days ago. So this is like a sewing machine. Also, the shape type. When we're talking about the shape type, we're talking about this line right here. You have the ability to bring it in as artwork, as a running stitch, or as a steel satin stitch that goes around the border. I'm going to click steel right here. You can see that my size right now is about 6 by 7. You can change that. You have the ability to view everything in 3D view and you can choose your units of measure here. And all you have to do is type in some words here, and we do place a comma between, so we could just say sewing, bobbin, we could say notions. You come in here, I want to put a capital B here, and you can kind of put in whatever you want, and then you have the ability to select your fonts. And as you can see, as you click down through the fonts, you can see a preview of the font, so it can help you decide which one you want to use there. We're going to go ahead, this is all the different fonts that come with the software, so you're not really limited with that. Let's go ahead and choose this Christina, and these are different settings. This is like a default setting of the height for that font, and the Mac, you can choose how many paths you want to do, so there could be a total of 200 right now in this setting. There won't be 200 in this size of a design. And then you also have the max colors, and I'm going to switch this to like 6 colors because I like to work with 6 colors as opposed to 15. And then you have the ability to change the scale, and I'll show you how that works, and the angle. But I'm just going to keep this at default, and I'm just going to hit generate. And this is what's so fun about this feature, is that I can come in here, pick the words, everything, and then just hit generate and see what it comes up with. But I can then change it from here. So you can see that I have them going vertical, horizontal, all different directions. I can come in and I can change the direction by coming into horizontal. Let's say I want them all just going horizontally. I can select that, hit generate, and it's going to redo it again. And it's going to let me see what my options are. So that's all doing horizontally, which looks actually really, really good there. And vertical, I can uncheck that horizontal, hit generate, and it will do them all vertically. And I can come in here, let's say I wanted to use a different font. I can come back in here and let's just choose a basic one here. And this time I'm going to choose diagonal and hit generate. And so this will be a different font. And you can see with the diagonal, that is a really neat look. And I'm going to explain a couple things to you that we've done that I feel are really, really impressive with this program. And that has to do with your scale. And whenever you're doing something where you're doing larger and smaller fonts, you have to be very careful, because if you make a word too small and you're utilizing satin stitches, you can experience like thread breaks and stuff. So what we've done is we've gone to great extremes to make sure that when you're using a scale, a small scale, and it produces it, that once it gets to a point where it can no longer be satin stitch lettering, it will actually change it to run stitch lettering. And this is so incredible. So you'll notice that there's these satin stitch letterings, but then there's also run stitch lettering in there that allows it to be small lettering along with the bigger lettering. This is incredible. This took a lot of time to kind of figure out and get programmed correctly, but we're very excited about it. Just having that confidence that you can sew it out at different sizes is just so neat. So that was diagonal. I can actually check two at one time, so I can have vertical and diagonal at the same time, and click it, and it will generate those in that manner too. So, and I can unclick diagonal, and let's say I just want to do horizontal and vertical, I can do that as well. So you can see it changes colors every time, which is fine. I kind of like the vertical. Let's see what this one was again, the vertical and diagonal. And the really neat thing too is I can just hit generate again, keeping those settings the same, and it will mix it up. And I'm going to show you a little bit with the scale. You can see that I have some small words in here. If I change the scale, this is 10% of the normal size it can go down to. If I change this to like 30, you'll notice that there'll be fewer words, and it will not be as many small words in there. So you do have the ability to control that, and that's just something that I think is also really, really neat. I'm going to do 130 and 10. So this is going to go from really large to really small, and just see what this comes up with here. So you can see that those are different options. I'm going to go ahead and press OK. So I showed you all the different things you can do with it. I'm going to go ahead and press OK and bring that into the software. So right now you can see that it's utilizing a lot of yellows, browns, different things. There's 6 different colors that are utilized. One of the great things is that once you bring it in, you do have the ability to utilize our color play feature. And the color play feature is just an incredible way of changing colors for designs quickly and easily, and making sure that the colors work together. Because a lot of times it can be difficult to find color combinations that work well. And this actually leads us up into our next new feature that we added in color play. We added 2 new features. So I'm going to go ahead and hit color play, which is not the color. Let's see, color play here. Yes, I thought I was picking the other word play again. So when I hit color play, this window pops up and you can see the design. And we've always had the ability to do things like lighten and darken. So if I hit lighten, you can see that it just makes all the colors lighter. If I hit darken, it's going to darken those colors and make them more dark. I can hit reset here. And we also have the ability to do randomize, that you can just click through and you see a bunch of different options here, which I think is a really neat feature. And we have added tint. Tint is a really cool way of making designs more monochromatic. So if you wanted all the colors to be blue, just different shades of blue, you just select one of these blue colors, hit OK, and look at what it does. It makes them all blue. I can come back in here. I can choose yellow, which is kind of hard to see, but you have the yellow tints. I can come in here and do red tints. I can do shades of the purple. I'm kind of, whatever I want to do, lime green, and I have different options for green. I can reset it, go back to the original. And the other thing that we added in this update was themes. So these are themes that are based off of either a color or, like this one, a gray and greens. If I hit that, it utilizes gray and greens. Reset here. I'll just scroll through. I don't remember how many there are, but there's a lot of different options here. So you can see the different colors: orange, gold, pinks, purples. We even have fall. So these are colors that have to do with fall colors. And let's just keep going here. You have plum, peach, blue, teal. It's kind of neat. You also have olive drab, which is kind of a neat combination. And as you keep going through here, you'll see that you even have neons. So neon colors are even pastel colors. So if I hit pastel, it's going to be a little bit lighter. Let me go to reset this. Let me go back to pastel and like spring, for instance. So you've got the spring colors. And let's see here. You have colors of the sun, summer colors. Let me reset this. Summer colors, winter colors. You just have a lot of different options. And then we have some fun ones down at the bottom too, like baby boy, baby girl. Those are just like baby boy colors, baby girl colors. And then some of the other ones are like royalty. So like royalty is going to use your golds and your purples. And let's just go down here and you have like angelic, and that's changes to that. And you also have Beth's favorites here. And so the themes are really neat. We're constantly looking at color play and different things that we can do with it. And we have a lot of things that we're excited to be able to do for you with this. So in this update, we've enhanced it, and we're just going to keep going with it because it's just so much fun to play with. Once you get it how you want, you just press OK, and it brings it in and loads those colors. So that is actually a really neat tool to use side by side with the wordplay to make sure that you get some really neat color combinations. And so we're really excited about not only you design it and wordplay, but also the new features of color play. And a few months ago, I was talking with somebody who is kind of more one of our power users of the software, a person that creates and digitizes a lot of designs, and they kind of challenged me to come up with some features that the power user could utilize and love. And so we did something really neat in this update, and it's a feature called presets. And what presets are basically if you have a design that you create a setting for, let's say a running stitch that you really like. Let's say that you like the way that a bean stitch looks at like a 7-ply bean stitch, meaning it goes forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. I don't know if I got it enough times, but then it repeats that 7 times and goes forward. It makes a really thick stitch, makes it look really like it's hand done. So with these presets, what you can do is I can come in here, I can create a running stitch, or I could select a running stitch that is in a design already that utilizes a setting that I really like. But in this case, I'm going to apply the setting. So bean at 7, and whenever you're doing something like this that's going to have like 7 repeats, you want to make it a little bit larger of a stitch length. So I can hit apply. So what I've done is I've created this, and I'll show you. It goes forward, back, forward. Okay, so starting, that was the tie-in. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, and then it jumps forward, back, forward, back. So you can see it does a lot of passes between each one. This makes a really neat look. So you can see my settings: bean, 7-ply at a 4mm stitch length. Let's say that I like to use that a lot. What I can do is, with it selected, I can come up here to my running stitch, because this is a running stitch. I can hit this little arrow. When I hit the arrow, I have the option to do a save preset. You can see that I already have a couple here that I've already created for myself. These are things that I use a lot. So I'm going to hit save preset. When I do that, it's going to come up with this window, and I can say, in this case, 7-ply bean, 4.0mm stitch length. What you want to do is you want to kind of explain what it is so that it makes sense when you go to select it later. So we have 7-ply bean, 4mm stitch length, and then I'm going to press OK. And you can see that it says preset saved successfully. So with this now saved, it now is an option. I'm going to click off so you can see that I don't have anything selected here. I have this option of a 7-ply bean at 4mm in stitch length. So let's say I want to create a running stitch that has that. I can just come in here, select it, and now as I start clicking to create it, you can already see in my properties box it's already changed it all. And I hit apply, and now you can see when I select it that it does have a 7-ply bean at 4mm in length. This is such a powerful tool for people who create designs, because there's a lot of times that we have specific looks that we like and specific settings that we like. Now you have the ability to do it. And I'll just show you a couple of them that I have here. So I have just the standard default, but I also have what I call a travel stitch, because I like to run from object to object and not trim in a design. But when you're doing this, a lot of times you want to utilize a shorter stitch length. And so what I did is I created this run stitch that utilizes a really small stitch length, especially when I'm doing something that's like a black color and then I'm doing white thread or something over the top of it in this travel. I want it to be short so it drives into the fabric. So you can see single run, 1.6 stitch length. So some of the other things that we have, you can do it to any of your digitizing tools, like your run, your satins, still, your complex fill, applique. You can even do that, applique stitch as well. So for instance, a lot of people like to use steel stitches because they're a defined width satin. And so you can see I don't have any selected here. So I'm going to select this and just create a line really quick. And default on this is a 2.5 millimeter stitch length, but let's say that I like to utilize a 4 millimeter stitch length a lot with a different density of, like, let's say 0.4. And I can apply that, so you can see that change. I can come in here to my underlay, and let's say that I like to always use a contour whenever I'm doing this because it's a little bit wider, along with a zigzag. I can apply that, and I can apply whatever settings I want in here. And now what I can do is I can come up to this deal and hit Save Preset, and I can just say 4 millimeter, and I could say zigzag contour, just describing it a little bit. So I can hit Save, and now I can come in here and I have that available. So now when I create a shape, it's going to apply all of those settings. So you'll see that it created it at 4 width, 0.4 density. If I go to underlay, you can see that it has those underlays applied to it. This is really, really neat. This is, again, this is for the person who likes to create their own designs, but you can even see even with applique, if I create an applique shape really quick, I can select it. Let's say that I always like to use a blanket stitch, and I hit apply here. I can save that as a preset. I can come in here now and just say save preset, and all I have to do is say blanket border. And that way I never have to go back into the properties box to do it. I just select it right from here and create it, and it's automatically going to apply that. So it's a really neat feature. Presets, again, it's more for the power user, but I think a lot of people will enjoy creating with that. And also in this update, we did drop in some brand new symbols for you. So symbols, I've always loved how symbols work. When you click the symbols tool and you select a symbol, you just left click on the screen and it throws one in. You can keep going, and you can click and drag and make something bigger and smaller, and you can just create and rotate as many times as you want. When you're done, you right mouse click and it turns the tool off. What we did in this update was added a bunch of new symbols. All the symbols that we had up to this point were all single color symbols. So whenever you see anything in here that's blue and only blue, that means that's what existed before this update. But then you come down and you see you have like an apple. It's multicolor. All the things that are multicolor, like this bear. We even have a couple run stitch ones, the butterflies. Christmas tree. You can see that anything that's outside of the standard blue is a new design. Even this little flag and flip-flops, they're kind of neat. So you got some flip-flops you can throw into a design that have nice texture to them. And you can see we just added a bunch of different symbols in here. These are just really nice to use to add as accent pieces to designs. And so we did drop a bunch of those in for you. So you'll definitely want to check those out and play around with those. Even something for Thanksgiving, we have a little turkey there. So we added those symbols. Of course, with any update, we do a lot of things under the hood of the program. You know, squash bugs that we find or that you find and you let us know about, which we do appreciate. And so we've just done a lot of things under the hood, and another really nice thing with this update is we were able to get back to where the software will automatically let you know if an update's available. So moving forward, after you install this update, anytime we release an update again, when you open your software, it's going to let you know an update's available. So we're back into being able to do that, but again, that's every update moving forward from this point. So after you get this one done, you'll have that ability. So those are the new features of the software, and we're really excited about them. We hope that you are too. We've worked really, really hard on these features, and we've really tried to think outside the box with them too at the same time to bring you some stuff that like you design it that's just never been seen before. Still, color play is something that's never been seen before, and we're just enhancing that. Just a lot of, we're really trying to bring you things, tools that you can use and that are easy to use. And I think we did a good job with this update, and we're very excited about it. But that's not all that we have for you today. We're very, very excited to be able to share with you our plans for webinars moving forward this year. We're going to take a little bit different approach. We will throw some different webinars in too, but we're going to go more project-based with our webinars. And I do have Kathy Farrell with me. She's one of our educators that goes out all over the country and teaches. And Kathy, are you there?
I am here, DJ.
All right, good deal. Kathy is going to share with you a little bit about what we're going to do with a lot of these webinars moving forward. And I'm going to go ahead and make her the presenter so she can show her screen. And I'll let her introduce herself and let you know what we're planning on working on. So Kathy, I'm just shot it over to you.
I got you there.
All right, so Kathy, the floor is yours.
Oh, great! I'm a star. I want to thank everybody, and I am really excited about the updates in there, DJ. It's just a really exciting time to be working in the software, and you have done a wonderful job with that. And
well,
that kind of ties into to what you and I have been looking at, and that moving forward, I've been asked to put together what are called projects of the month. And so with that, it would be more of a project-based software lesson. And so I kind of wanted to take a minute, hopefully, to get you as excited about it as I am. So I live in Windsor, Colorado, and I've been in the throes of winter here, so it's pretty horrible, but I think we're having a big meltdown. I was going to share this little picture. This is my husband and my 2 dogs, and when we do the webinars, I'm at home, and my dogs are usually quiet with the exception of this little girl right here. Her name's Karma, and she can get really loud. She's very protective, so I told DJ, I said, well, I have to share that up there because I can't lock them up, but anyway, and I think she's just adorable. This is one of the first, she is. This is one of the first projects of the month, and this was done by Clarissa Gossett. She's one of the Floriani educators, and this should look really familiar to you. This is those little monsters, and when I first saw the You Design It, I have to tell you, I'm going to warn you all ahead of time. You can spend hours putting little elements together. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the most exciting things I've seen in software. But this is a growth chart that she did, and notice that she made all of those little monsters in there. So this will be our first project. I'm getting everything ready to go. I think it should be ready, hopefully we were talking about by next week. And my idea is that I thought, boy, wouldn't this be great if you made it out of chalkboard material? So that's what I'm working on. So that'll be our first.
Hey, Kathy, I wanted to point something out because I've never noticed this before. But if you look on the growth chart, I guess I'm 37 inches tall because hanging from that 37, it says DJ.
Oh,
and so I don't know if
right
Clarissa was trying to be funny or not, but I guess I'm 37 inches tall.
I guess you are.
Sorry, I just noticed that, so I had to point that out.
That's pretty cute. So that'll be a good project. I think it's really exciting. It's pretty simple. This is another one. This was, I used to do what was called a software social for Floriani, and one of the software socials I did was a bag, and it was made out of silk du peony, and we digitized the pattern in the software. And I just want you to know that this will be an upcoming project. This was a clutch that I put together. I don't know if all of you knew, but we're going to be, can I say that we're going to carry Swarovski crystals?
Well, I guess so.
I'm really excited about those because I love crystals. So this is going to be an upcoming project. I was talking with Kay about it. It was like, I see, this is just a simple clutch bag, the pattern is actually done by a very well-known designer. Her name's Pam Demore, and she's already given me permission to share this project with everybody. And it's going to be out of the feather designs. I really see that. So my vision, and one of the things I wanted to kind of share was the projects. To me, a project is short and quick. It's something that I can complete in a day or maybe a weekend. And I am a quilter, and I love to quilt, but quilts take me years and years and years, and I don't figure a quilt's a project. A quilt is a quilt. This is another one. This is one of the ones that I just recently did, and I wanted to share this one because I love this design set. It's one of our newer collections, and it's called Spirit Horses. This was a bag made out of denim, and this is just a sample of what we would do in the software. So if you see this little element around the eye, this design right here, we isolated that particular design element, and we used one of the tools in the software, it's called the Fling Repeat, to create customized fabric in there. So that's an example of some of the lessons that we'll be doing in the projects of the month. So it'll be project-based, it'll be around a design, and then it'll also take you into the software so that you're manipulating things in the software to create that project. And then this is just a couple of other examples that will probably make a visit back to a project of the month. And this was embroidering an actual lampshade. I can't believe that I did that, but I actually did. And this is a pillow. I think we were talking about we might see something like that coming around in Christmas in July. So I just thought I would kind of share that. This is an example of what we're going to be working for on these monthly webinars, so that they will be project-based, so that you will actually be creating something, but you will always be doing something in the software to learn a new tool. I like to highlight some of the different products that we have with Floriani. We have some new products coming out. I don't know if any of you have used the Deco Magic, but it's one of my favorite things. And now we have Fab Foam, which I'm trying to get but anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, but I just wanted to share some of those things. So
yeah, we're very excited about this. This is something we've kind of done with our My Decorative Quilter webinars, that we've teamed up with Rita Gazard, and she creates a block, and we're doing a block competition right now. It's a lot of fun, and the thing I love about it is that you're able to actually create something. So you're gonna have a lesson in the software on how to create whatever parts of it you need to in the software, and then we'll provide the instructions for making it. And then what we'll do is our webinar will be based on the project. So you'll be able to see, we'll be able to explain it to you, and make sure you check with your dealer as well, because I know a lot of them are planning on hosting some events with it. So having you actually come in as an option to work on the project as well together, which I think is great that some of our dealers do. So we're really excited about it, and we're excited to have Kathy Farrell going to be presenting in these webinars as well. And she, as you can see from the sample, she's very creative. So we're going to have a lot of fun projects. So I'm really excited, Kathy, and we're going to start this in March. So you'll see as you sign up for the March webinar, it says the monthly project. So like she showed you, we're going to focus on those monsters, because that is a free collection that you get with the software in this update. So we'll get you started using the You Design It and be able to make something. And even if you didn't want to make a growth chart, you're going to still learn a lot about making, working with You Design It, I guess. So this was a big hit. This was a really neat project, and we're excited to be able to bring this to you next month. So thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you know what? You said something, but I know we talked about this. I want to encourage participation, and so with that, what I'm really looking at is, as you create your projects, I want you to think outside the box, just like I do. I never think inside the box. I always color outside of the lines. And to share those. We've talked about putting together some kind of a social media type sharing on Facebook and some kind of a contest. And you promised we could do that, and I'm holding you to it, DJ.
Yes, and let me show my screen really quick.
Okay, I'm done. Yeah.
I'll show you kind of some of the things that we've been doing in our other webinars for My Decorative Quilter. So give me 1 second. Can you see my screen now, Kathy?
No,
Okay, just a second. Here, it should be showing up now.
Got it.
Okay, so this is like the MDQ block 3 of 12 that we're doing this little competition. So this is on our Facebook page. And so what we'll end up doing is when we do these projects, what you can do is post them to the Floriani Embroidery page, and we will pick winners. Oh, look at this. Shanae did with the spirit horses. That's really neat. So I'm just clicking through pictures here, but she did a little sample there. That's really neat. So these different quilt blocks. So what we'll do is we'll open it up as like the month after the project is released. We'll go onto the site and we'll grab all the pictures that are submitted, and we'll pick a winner. And we love to send out little gifts. We love participation. We love to see what everyone does with the design sets and putting their stamp on these projects, you know, making it their own and unique. And so we've had a lot of really good success with the My Decorative Quilter, and so we're very excited to be bringing that to you with our FTC-U. So Kathy, was there anything else that you wanted to share with them before we end for the day?
The best way to learn your software and to maximize your investment in your software is to actually create things. And so I encourage you to embrace the projects of the month and to give it a try.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because that is the best way. And we do try to highlight different features and functions, so to make it to where you can learn different things and learn how to unlock the power of the software. So thank you, Kathy, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, everyone, for attending today. We hope that you're excited about this update. We can't wait to get some feedback from you and see some of the things that you create, and we'll see you next month where we go through the March project. So thanks for attending, everybody, and we will see you soon.